Hope everybody's having a good evening. We are going live on HAPS and also broadcasting live to YouTube and Facebook and possibly Instagram. I still need to work on Instagram. Hope everybody's having a good evening tonight. We were just on Clubhouse. We are live on Clubhouse and we were talking about Bitcoin wallets. So I have all my notes here and I'm going to go over what we talked about. I don't know if we're going to have any visitors joining the live stream, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to check one thing really fast. I'm going to pull up the live stream on YouTube in case there's anybody joining there. Okay. Give me just 1 second and we'll get started. What are the best wallets? View. All right. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go over some of the basic properties about wallets. So a Bitcoin wallet will have a balance feature. So kind of like your online banking, you log into your online banking and then it tells you what the balance of your account is. So when you first start a wallet, it will say 0, of course, and it will say 0 until you're able to get some Bitcoin and send it to your wallet. There is a send and receive feature, and there are public and private keys that we will talk about in a little bit. And then there's a data validation step. And what I mean by that is that it checks to make sure that certain data exists before it's written to the blockchain. The blockchain is what they call immutable, which means you cannot edit or delete any transactions that are written to the blockchain. So there's data validation in the wallet step before the Bitcoin's sent to make sure that the data is correct before it's written to the blockchain. There would be a whole lot of problems if there was data being written to the blockchain and it was bad data. The whole blockchain would be messed up. People's balances would be all over the place. It would just be a complete mess. They have it worked out where it validates that it's being sent to the right address. It validates that if you're sending 1 Bitcoin, you own 1 Bitcoin first before you're able to send it. And there's a few other things that it checks before it sends the Bitcoin. Now, we're going to have a session in 2 weeks on August 2nd that we're going to go over Bitcoin transactions. So I invite everybody to come back in 2 weeks. It's a Monday night. I'm going to have a Bitcoin software developer, so he knows a lot about how Bitcoin works and what happens when you actually send a transaction. So we talked about the basic properties of a wallet. Next, I want to talk about the difference between a hardware wallet and a software wallet. So a hardware wallet is actually a USB stick, and I'm actually going to show you one since we're on camera. This is a hardware wallet. It is like a USB stick, so you can actually plug it into your computer. And this is a Ledger Nano S. So if you've ever used a USB stick to store digital documents, that's very similar to what it looks like. And what you can do is you can set up a hardware wallet, and then you can send Bitcoin to the hardware wallet, and then you can disconnect it from the internet, and it essentially becomes cold storage, which means there's no internet connection. It is almost impossible for anyone to steal it once you have it on the hardware wallet and you disconnect it from the internet. So that's a hardware wallet, and it's also called cold storage. You may hear people talk about cold storage, cold meaning completely disconnected from the internet. The two most popular vendors of hardware wallets is Ledger and Trezor. So let me pull up Ledger's website. So this is Ledger. And under products, you can see some of the different hardware wallets they have. So I have Ledger Nano S. So this is what it looks like. It's a good picture. And right now they are about $59 if you're buying it in the US. You can pick different colors. You can buy up to 8 of them. You can actually buy 3 at a time, and they also have some videos here, so you can see how they work. You can play a video of a demo on their website. So I highly recommend, if you're going to store Bitcoin for a long period of time, you aren't going to sell it, I highly recommend the Ledger Nano S. I have not used the Trezor wallet, but I hear really good things about it. So those are examples of a hardware wallet. A software wallet is just like an app on your phone. So you get it from either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You install it on your phone, and then the first thing you should do is back up your wallet. And what that means is there's something called seed words. Let me write that down. Seed words. And it'll be 12 or 24 words. Let me blow this up. Can you guys see that? Seed words. Hopefully you can see that. What it is, it'll say like dog, door, echo, carpet. It'll just be random words. It won't make any sense, but there'll be either 12 or 24 of them. I would recommend 24 because it's more secure. if you ever have to restore a wallet, it is a pain to have to enter 24 words more than 12 words, but it'll make your wallet more secure. And most times when you enter these words, you won't have to do it. You only have to do it like once or twice if you need to restore a wallet. It shouldn't happen that often. You should only have to do it if you lose your phone or some other reason to install a new wallet and you need to move the funds from one device to another. So, but whenever you hear somebody say, hey, you should back up your wallet, your digital wallet, they mean your seed words. There used to be, back in 2013 when I started, there was a file and it says wallet.dat. And actually, there are some wallets that still use a DAT file. But what you used to have to do is you used to have to take this DAT file and store it somewhere. And then if you need to restore a wallet, you would have to load this file to your wallet. And that's how you would restore your wallet. So when someone says back up your wallet, that's when it's kind of like when you have a Word document and then you hit save on the Word document, you're saving a copy of it in case you need to get it later. And the second process is restore your wallet. And that's where you take that saved copy and you load it to the wallet. And what it does is it takes all the data from the blockchain and it loads the data back onto a new wallet. So it's like a new copy of your wallet and it has your Bitcoin on a new wallet. So that's why, as long as you back up your wallet correctly, you shouldn't have to worry about whether you have access to your Bitcoin or not. So something interesting that I thought about, actually I heard from someone maybe a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. What they said is that there are certain countries in the world, like Argentina and other places, where people's funds are getting hyperinflated, which means they have to print more and more dollars or currency in order to purchase goods. For example, if you go down to the grocery store and you get a gallon of milk right now, let's say it's $5, okay? Let's have a thought experiment and say that the US dollar starts to hyperinflate. And no one likes talking about that, but if we were in another country, this could actually happen. So let's say instead of $5 for a gallon of milk, let's say it's $50. And some people would say that's crazy. $50 for a gallon of milk is just crazy talk. Well, that's what hyperinflation does, is it's going to cost you more and more money to buy the same goods. You might also be noticing that if you buy a box of Raisin Bran, instead of it being, 1 foot big, it goes down to like 3/4 of a foot, where the box looks like it's actually shrinking. And that's what companies do to try and make more money, is they actually sell less product, but the cost of it goes up. And I mean, that's just the way that the system works. So, but the story that I'm trying to tell is about hyperinflation is that hypothetically, what a person could do if they use Bitcoin is they would have a wallet on their phone or whatever. And let's say the government wants to confiscate their phone, or they want to, they need to flee their country. Like people in Central America are fleeing their country right now. They could technically take all their assets and they could sell it to someone for Bitcoin. They could put the Bitcoin on a wallet. And technically, what they could do is they could memorize the seed words. Now, it is not easy to memorize 24 words in the correct order, but it can be done. And what I heard was that what you could do is you could have literally everything taken from you, but you could memorize the seed words in your head, and then you could go to a new place somewhere in the world. You could get a brand new phone. You could download a brand new Bitcoin wallet, and you could restore those seed words to your new phone and your new wallet, and it would load your Bitcoin to your new phone in the new country as long as you have internet. I heard that and it kind of blew my mind a little bit, because that's not something you can do with a bank account. And there's a lot of people that want to argue that they don't see the point of Bitcoin is because they don't have to deal with those kinds of problems. But there are people in this world that are actually fleeing their country for a whole wide range of issues. This might be an option for them to actually take their Bitcoin with them and actually have assets in their possession, and they could do it with actually having nothing in their possession except what's in their mind. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I heard that and it kind of blew my mind a little bit. So I just wanted to share that. We talked about hardware and software wallets, the basic properties of wallets. Next, I want to talk about vendors. So as I showed you here, the Ledger, the company that makes the Ledger wallet, is one vendor for hardware wallets. Another vendor that I use is Jaxx Liberty. This is a vendor that I highly recommend because I've been using it for a while and it's worked really great for me. And I was able to back it up. I was able to send and receive Bitcoin. There's actually desktop versions. I have it on my phone, but you can actually download to your desktop, which is kind of cool. I don't need to do that right now, but they have it for Android and iPhone. So no matter what kind of phone you have, you can download it as an app to your phone and start using it, start receiving Bitcoin on your phone. Just make sure you back it up with the seed words before you put any significant amount on it. Make sure you also send a little bit of Bitcoin, like $1 or $5, to the wallet, and just make sure that you're able to use it and you're comfortable with it before you put any larger amounts on it. Most likely everything will be fine, but you just want to do that whenever you first start using a wallet so you get comfortable with it. One of the visitors to the Clubhouse tonight was talking about MetaMask. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see up here, this is what it looks like as a Chrome extension. And you can't really see that. How about that? You see that? Yeah. So what you do is I would have to enter my password, which I'm not going to do, but it uses Ethereum. There's a few others, and it's a way to use Ethereum in a web browser. So it works pretty well. And there was a person on Clubhouse that he uses Uniswap. So this is what Uniswap looks like. So if you click on app, this is the app. This is what it looks like. So up in the right corner, and you can't see it, up in the right corner, it says connect to a wallet. So when you do that, it will have options of different wallets that you can connect with. So most people connect MetaMask. It's the most popular. So over here, you'll have a Chrome extension. You put in your password. It'll load. I'm not going to do it because there's a chance that I would put my password and someone watching this would steal my half a ether or whatever is in there. There's not very much, but this is a way to swap between Ethereum and something else like Tether, DAI. I was going to look up Cardano. I think Cardano was one. Actually, I think all of these are Ethereum tokens. So I don't even think Cardano's on here. I think they're all Ethereum-based coins. So what you do is you would put your Ethereum from your MetaMask here, and then you'd swap it from Ethereum to I have Maker, whatever coin you want. It will swap them, and then there'll be a fee. There's 0.003 ETH, which is a fee. And do I have ETH? No, I don't. Fear. What was the other one? Maker. Ethereum is $1,700 right now. And once your wallet is connected, however much ETH you want to swap, you can do it here, and this website will do it for you. So you can swap between different Ethereum tokens for a small fee on Uniswap. And they even have their own coin, which is ranked number 11. A lot of people are using it. It's only $14 for Uniswap. So I think you can even swap to Uniswap. Yeah. So you can even get 116 Uniswap if that's what you want to have. So Uniswap is a very popular site, and MetaMask is it's a wallet that you can use on this website and a lot of other what they call dApps, which are decentralized applications, which are built on Ethereum. So that is a very popular example of what people are doing in cryptocurrency right now. So Jaxx Liberty is one example of an app on your phone. Another example is the Edge wallet, which is another wallet for your phone. I also use this wallet, and it's for iOS and Android as well. You can even buy, store, and trade dozens of cryptocurrencies. They have very secure features on this wallet, so I highly recommend the Edge wallet as well. Here it has a list of all the different cryptocurrencies on the Edge wallet: Bitcoin and Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero. I know that I did buy some Monero, and at one point I had it stored on the Edge wallet. Let me just go and take a look if it's still. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a break right now and I'm going to see if this works. Sorry for the delay. This will just take a second. Let me see. Sorry about that. Give me just a minute. Okay. I was logging into my wallet, and I did have some different coins on here, but it looks like I moved them to a different wallet. So I do not have them on here right now. It looks like they made a lot of updates to it. So it's always good when there are software updates on your Bitcoin wallets. You want to make sure that your developer team is keeping your software wallets up to date. There's also updates to hardware wallets, not just on the physical hardware devices, but also on the firmware. And firmware is the software directly installed on the hardware device, which may not make sense, but if you have questions, you can let me know what those questions are. So the other things I want to point out, I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty quickly, but I want to mention a couple other things. One is fees. When you go to send transactions, there's going to be transaction fees. There are two fees that I know of. One is the Bitcoin network fee, the transaction fees. That will be on any Bitcoin transaction, no matter what device you use. The second one is fees related to whatever wallet you're using. So some wallets do not have fees for sending. They might have fees for receiving. Other wallets have fees on sending and receiving. So it's really important for you to pay attention to what the fees are, because that is going to cost you money to do it. Keys. every wallet has a public key and a private key. So they mean exactly what they're labeled. So a public key is something that if it gets out in public, it's okay. It's okay for someone to know your public key. The private key is something that you never want to show anybody. You want to make sure it's not on camera, it's not displayed, no one's looking over your shoulder, because whoever controls the private key controls the Bitcoin. So someone brought up about Coinbase, and you will never find a private key on Coinbase because they're a custodian. Okay. They're a custodian of your Bitcoin under the Coinbase organization. So there's a big difference between a software wallet like Jaxx Liberty and Coinbase. When I first learned about Coinbase, I thought in my head that it was a software wallet because they have an app that I put on my phone, when actually the app is just a display for what your balance is. They actually have their own ledger of who has what balances at the company. So they don't, when you download the Coinbase app, that's just displaying what Coinbase owns on your behalf. So they're a custodian. So you don't, and there's a saying in Bitcoin where they say, not your keys, not your coin. And that's what it means, is that if the Bitcoin is sitting on the Coinbase wallet, you don't have full control of your Bitcoin. So you need to be aware of that. If you have something like Jaxx Liberty, you have control of it. The difference is that you have the responsibility. If you use something like Jaxx Liberty, you're responsible for it. So people will say you can be your own bank with Bitcoin. That means that, yes, you control your own bank, which is your wallet, which holds the Bitcoin, but there's also a lot of responsibility with that. So I'm going to be wrapping this up. I threw a lot of information at you, but if you have any questions about this, you can leave me a comment. You can shoot me an email. I'm going to show my email, which is brock@vegasbitcoingroup.com. This is my email address. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully you can pause the video and it's clear enough for you to see. You can, if you have questions, you can email me. I also provide one-on-one professional services for anyone interested. So this is today's session on wallets. I hope that you were able to follow along. You're welcome to shoot me any questions that you have. We will be doing the next session on what is a Bitcoin transaction. That will be in 2 weeks on August 2nd. We will do a Clubhouse at 7 o'clock Pacific time, followed by an 8:30 Haps TV session, which will also be on YouTube, Facebook, all the socials. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to